Hi everyone! Today I wanted to do a attachment parenting update, and in honor of this month's theme, we're going month by month with our support group through each of the 8 principles of parenting as put forth by Attachment Parenting International. So I have a little poster that, I have a poster that enumerates them over here. And the first one, which is the one we're going to be focusing on today, is prepare for pregnancy, birth, and parenting. And it says underneath there, become emotionally and physically prepared for pregnancy and birth, research available options for healthcare providers and birthing environments, and become informed about routine newborn care. So this month, last month we were hoping to welcome our speaker, but she got caught up with other things. So this month we'll be welcoming Kathy Daub from BirthWorks. Yeah, from BirthWorks International, and that is an awesome organization that happens to be locally headquartered, that offers training for doulas and for expectant families, and childbirthing workshops and stuff like that. So really a cool organization. So if you're local in South Jersey, please check us out on Facebook, Attachment Parenting International of Camden County, and join us for a support group meeting. All the time and date information can be found on the web. But in honor of that, I decided today I wanted to make a video, 5 things that I think every new expecting mother and father should know about having a baby. I think it's really easy to get ourselves all confused with the huge array of advice and parenting guidance that's out there. So these are just some basic tips that I think are really important, that not necessarily that I wish I had known or that someone had told me, because I had heard these things before I had Zara, but I think they're particularly important things. Yeah. So the first thing is something about giving birth, which is it takes a long time. So if you're expecting a baby and you're zeroing in on that due date, I think it's really important to know it's going to take a long time. I think we've all heard the stories and listened covetously as friends of a friend explained that they had a precipitous labor and they gave birth within 3 hours of going into their first contraction. But for the most part, if this is your first pregnancy, labor is going to be pretty protracted. It's going to take a long time. So when you feel that first contraction, get excited, but don't get too excited. You know, kind of burrow in, get comfortable, and just get ready to ride the waves, because it's going to take a long time. For me, it took a very long time. I guess more than 24 hours for sure. It took a long time. I mean, I was in active labor for maybe 10 hours, 12 hours. It's tough to really say, but I mean, I was in, continuous contractions for probably about 8 hours. So that's the first thing. Birth takes a long time. So when you feel that first contraction, really remind yourself, this is going to be a process and it's going to take time. So nourish yourself, get comfortable, get cozy, get some nourishment like broth or something not too heavy, and just get ready. Okay. The second thing, which I think is really important, is that support people really matter. Really make sure that you line up an awesome group of support people. And I do say group because I think that whereas it's important that we're really comfortable with the people that are there in our birthing environment, it's really important just to have positive people who are on board with your birth plan, who understand your expectations and your desires. If you're going for a natural birth, you really want to have people that are supportive of that. But you don't want to restrict yourself, I guess. I mean, a doula is really great and ideal. Midwives are wonderful. Not all of us have access to those things, but you really want to have a team, because as my wonderful husband will tell you, he was with me all the way, but I mean, there were times during my delivery that he was sitting there next to the bed and was completely asleep and would basically wake up for when I squeezed the crap out of his hand during a contraction. He was exhausted. And I had also my wonderful mother and stepmother there with me. So, that was 3 people. This was a long process, and, they're human beings. They need a break. So definitely line up a team. A support team is really important. So the next thing kind of has to do with after the baby is born. I think it's really vital to take it easy. Really understand that in the days and weeks and even months after your baby is born, those first 3 months are very intense. And you really cannot expect to be back to your routine. Even those of us that have to go back to work soon after the birth of our children, take it easy. Really give yourself, allow yourself, honor yourself with that chance to really relax into this new role as a parent, because it's so important. I was kind of happy that Zara was really born like in the dead of winter because there was not much else to do except sit around the house, be cozy, and bond with my baby. So give yourself time after your baby's born. I've heard of postpartum doulas. You may have heard of them, that the way a doula supports you during labor, postpartum doulas come and support you afterwards. They'll clean your house. They'll, light house care duties. They'll do simple things, just, bring you something to eat so that you can just sit and nurse your baby or bond with your baby or just get some much needed rest. The next thing also has to do with postpartum, which is, I know some of us get a little discouraged after being pregnant. We come home and we realize we're not going to snap right back into shape, our pre-pregnancy shape. But really, I've heard this, and I think this is a really great way of looking at it. It took you 9 months to get there with the big, giant, huge belly and all of the wonderful, beautiful marks of pregnancy. It took you 9 months to get there. It's going to take you 9 months to really get, past that. And just realize, and this is a good thing, it's a beautiful thing, your body is never going to be the same. Your life is never going to be the same. You're going to have a beautiful person sticking their fingers in your mouth when you're trying to talk, and you're going to have stripes and bands and little wrinkles and things to always remind you of this journey, and it is a journey. Your body isn't ever going to be the same, but it's going to bounce back. You're not always going to have a massive pooch hanging down over your pants, but it does take time, and just give yourself time. That's kind of falls into what I said the last tip, but I think it's really important. Just give yourself time. Be easy on yourself. Be good to yourself. Easier said than done, that's for sure. And the last tip I have is kind of a funny one, but it's something I think is really valuable to know. After you become a parent, especially if you're going to be carrying your baby around a lot, even if you have a wrap, you're not always going to have them in the wrap, right? It's very important and cool and useful to learn how to do things one-handed. Practice. While you're pregnant, practice doing things one-handed, because it will come in handy when you have a baby in one arm and you want to, say, undo the top on a bottle. Try to practice that one-handed, and you'll get good at it fast. But I think that's something I wish someone had told me. Practice things one-handed, because you'll be amazed at the things that you can do with one hand that you never thought you'd be able to. So those are my simple little, I guess I just want to offer them as encouragement to expecting parents, and just say, enjoy the journey. It's a beautiful thing, and you're going to have a lifetime of awesome learning and opportunities to grow as a human being, and that's the best part of being a parent. So thanks for watching. If you'd like to subscribe, please do, and we'll be back soon with more tips and fun things, and of course more of Zara. Say bye-bye, Zara. Thanks for watching. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye.